1 week up, the next week down. The story of my season. With the 26th game week of the season completed, let's take a look at how my team performed and my transfer thoughts for game week 27. Hello everyone. Before I commence with my team review, I just want to apologise for my absence for the last 2 game weeks. With my current work commitments and the fact that game week 24 and 25 ended on Wednesday meant it just wasn't feasible for me to produce and upload a video in time. Something I need to review how I get around this in future seasons. But to give you guys a quick summary, I essentially captained Sane for the double game week and didn't have Aguero or Sterling, so we all know how that story ends. So moving on to game week 26, I made 2 free transfers and downgraded Sane to Ward-Prowse and upgraded Ings to Lacazette. In addition, Rashford was absent in the game against Fulham, so Holebas came in from the bench. For game week 26, I got 72 points, 15 points above this week's average, improving my overall ranking and bringing my overall points tally to 1,461. So there's still a lot of work to do to get into that top 100k mark. In the My FPL Strategy League, my position has 2 improved. Shout out to Team Unknown, who's sitting strong on top. Now let's take a look at how my team performed and my transfer thoughts for game week 27. City recorded 12th clean sheet of the season, smashing Chelsea 6 goals to none. Edison had a good display, denying Chelsea not a single foothold in the game, recording 4 important saves. He narrowly missed out on a bonus point, but nevertheless the Brazilian returned a welcome 7 points. Man City blanks in game week 27. In game week 25, I bought cheap keeper Boretz from Bournemouth as backup cover. Liverpool gets back to winning ways, beating Bournemouth 3 goals to none. Robertson recorded his 7 assists of the season, setting up Wijnaldum with a delightful chip for Liverpool's second. Despite being booked in the second half, the Scotsman's overall display was enough to earn him 1 additional bonus point, returning a solid 9 points. The Reds' next fixture is a tough away match against Manchester United. Despite Liverpool beating United 3-1 back in December, I expect this match to be a lot tougher. Wolves left it late to snatch a draw against Newcastle. Doherty had a decent game, recording 2 attempts on goal and 2 attempted assists. He linked up well with Jimenez, particularly in the second half, but couldn't add to his impressive 6 goals and 5 assists this season. He should have really scored in the second half, but in the end the Irishman only returned 2 points for match appearance. Wolves travel to play Bournemouth next. In the last meeting between the 2 clubs, the Wanderers beat the Cherries by 2 goals with no reply. Back-to-back clean sheets as Watford narrowly beats Everton 1-0. Holebas had a solid display, recording 2 shot attempts and 1 attempted assist. Despite picking up a yellow card in the dying minutes, the Greek international picked up 2 additional bonus points, returning a solid 7 points. Watford play Cardiff next, a favourable fixture on paper. However, Holebas will now miss the game against Cardiff after picking his 10th booking against Everton, which is a massive blow because it now means in order to field 11 field players for game week 27, I'm going to have to take a -4 hit. Brighton have now failed to win in 6, losing to Burnley by 3 goals to 1. Dunk had a tough afternoon. His slip in the first half allowed Wood to go through and give Burnley the lead. The Englishman did record 1 attempted assist, but in the end, due to the 3 goals conceded, the centre-back returned a disappointing 1 point. Brighton blanks in game week 27, but after game week 27, the Seagulls have a good run of fixtures. Initially my plan was to keep Dunk for this good run of games, but with Brighton's lack of form, and only recording 1 clean sheet in 6 has created cause of concern. Pogba drives United into the top 4 in the 3-0 victory over Fulham. Pogba has now directly been involved in 13 goals under the new manager, scoring 8 goals and creating 5. In the game against Fulham, he opened the score with a delightful strike and scored United's third from the penalty spot. His overall display earned him 3 additional bonus points, returning a whopping 16 points. United have a tough home fixture against Liverpool before they embark 2 desirable fixtures. With the high-profile rivalry between United and Liverpool, I'm certain that the United players will be determined to derail Liverpool's title hopes. Hazard blanks in a 6-0 defeat against City. The Blues have now suffered 2 consecutive heavy away defeats, with Hazard blanking in both matches. Despite the loss against City, Hazard was Chelsea's best player, recording 2 shots in the box with 2 attempted assists. But in the end, the Belgian international only returned a disappointing 2 points. Chelsea blanks in Game 27. Despite Chelsea's bad form, I've got a gut feeling about Hazard delivering against Spurs, as I'm pondering whether I should keep hold of Hazard or invest the funds elsewhere. Salah back to his best as Liverpool gets a much needed win in a 3-0 victory against Bournemouth. Despite the recent dip in form, Salah was arguably Liverpool's best player, recording the most attempts on goal with the most shots in the box. On another day, the Egyptian could have easily had a hat-trick, but on this occasion had to settle with just the 1 goal. Nevertheless, as my captain, Salah returned a welcome 16 points. Salah's up against Man United next, a tough fixture on paper. Salah is yet to score a goal against United, thus it's extremely unlikely I will capture him for Game 27. Richarlison failed to impress in the 1-0 defeat to Watford. The Brazilian ace was back at Vicarage Road but was unable to deliver, failing to register a single attempt on goal, and was subbed midway in the second half. In the end, Richarlison returned a disappointing 2 points. Everton blanks in Game 27. Richarlison has only produced 1 attacking return in the last 8, thus his spot in my squad has to come to an end. Southampton's unbeaten run comes to an end, losing to a stoppage time goal. Prior to Game 26, Ward-Prowse was in good form, scoring 3 goals in the last 4 game weeks, whereas Cardiff had conceded 106 chances, the 3rd worst record in the league. But despite Ward-Prowse's good underlying stats, the Englishman didn't have the best of games, picking up a yellow card in the first half. In the end, the midfielder returned a disappointing 1 point. The Saints travelled to Emirates Stadium to face Arsenal next. Arsenal have only kept 1 clean sheet in 10, and in the last meeting between the 2 clubs, the Saints beat Arsenal 3 goals to 2. Thus, despite the tough fixture ranking, there could be a potential of attacking returns for Ward-Prowse. Arsenal recorded their first away win since November, beating Huddersfield 2 goals to 1. With Aubameyang absent, this was a tough test for Lacazette. The Frenchman had a decent display, led the front line against a robust Huddersfield defence. He scored Arsenal's second with some clever movement, which proved to be the winning goal. His overall display earned him all 3 additional bonus points, returning a respectable 9 points. Lacazette faced Southampton next, a desirable fixture on paper. Lacazette could be a good alternative to Aubameyang. In the last 4 game weeks, the Frenchman has produced better minutes per chance. He has also started the last 6 matches, completing the last 3, and the last time Lacazette blanked at home was in Game Week 16. So moving on to my transfer thoughts for Game Week 27. With Holebas suspended, City, Chelsea, Everton and Brighton blanking, at present I've only got 9 players available for Game Week 27. And with only 1 free transfer to play with, my initial thinking is to make 2 transfers for a -4 hit. At the moment I'm contemplating 2 options. Option 1 will be to upgrade Richarlison to Son and downgrade Holebas to Rice from West Ham. Son is up against Burnley and and would undoubtedly be one of the favourites for captaincy for Gameweek 27. However, after Gameweek 27, Spurs have 2 tough fixtures, an away match against Chelsea, followed by London derby against Arsenal. Apart from the away game against Man City, West Ham have a good run of fixtures. Furthermore, they don't blank in Gameweek 31. Declan Rice, a defender who plays in midfield, could be a cheap option to have in the team. However, I'm not convinced by West Ham's defence, only keeping 4 clean sheets so far this season. Or, option 2 would be to upgrade Kamara to Rondon from Newcastle, and upgrade Richarlison to West Ham midfielder Anderson. Both players have a good run of fixtures, and don't blank in Gameweek 31. Newcastle are in decent form, winning and drawing 1 in the last 4 matches. At the moment, my guts are leaning towards option 2, and if I do decide to go with option 2, I'm left with a 3-4-3 formation, with Rashford back up front and Borak replacing Ederson in goal. For captaincy, I'm yet to decide, but with European and FA football underway, none of my moves are yet confirmed. But if you would like to see my final team selection, be sure to follow me on Twitter. All my details in the description below. And that's all from me today, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.